So someone seems to think we'll have a visitor around noon. I mean, midnight. Okay. I'm live. So if anyone is watching and you believe in ghosts, let me know. I'm a skeptic. We're staying in a haunted hotel in Americus, Georgia. And according to legend, there was a woman who worked here, and her daughter happened to be with her. And they got into a dispute with, I believe it was a gentleman she was dating. And she and her daughter were in front of the elevator, and the elevator door was open. And in this dispute, the gentleman pushed the employee and her daughter into the elevator, but it was just the shaft, and they fell 3 stories to their death. Room 333 is the room that's had the most, I guess, reports from guests, would be calling it, I guess, saying it politely. And when we went to the National Park Service, I don't know if they're still doing ghost tours, but they did at one time. And so the girl at the National Park Service, she used to work here. And she said one time she was giving a tour, and humans are contagious. She was giving a tour, and at the end of the tour, she was asked, I guess, who was that man behind you? She said, there was no one behind me. And I said, yeah, he was so close, we thought you were going to turn around and bump into him. And she told him, hey, this room was locked. You saw me unlock it when we came in here. You saw me lock it again when we left. She also recounted a time where she was, yes, in a room, and there was a rollaway bed. And she said the rollaway bed was pushed onto her. Now I'm imagining it was one of those rollaway beds that kind of spring upwards. Both halves come upwards. I didn't ask any further questions, but that was her story. When we checked into the hotel, I asked the girl at the desk, is room 333 the most haunted room? And she said, "Oh yeah, that is. That's what our guests say." So I don't know how the employees feel about it, but so our visitor was supposed to be here around midnight. What time is it now? We're staying in room 217, which I highly recommend. Um, this hotel was built in the late 1800s, so the walls are a bit paper thin. Um, we have a living room suite, um, has a refrigerator, microwave, desk, sofa, chairs, two chairs, a couple of tables. It has an armoire, valet, and that's all in the uh, uh, front room, in the living area. And then we have our bedroom, king bed, and a pretty large bathroom. And what I like about this, with the walls being paper thin, or pretty thin, I say the walls, it could be the door. There is an adjoining room to this one, and it could be that sound goes through that door. uh, quite easily. But we could hear our neighbors last night. So we were able to shut our bedroom door and our bathroom door. It was quite peaceful. The other advantage of staying in this room 217 is that it is on a side street. So a lot of the main street traffic is not audible back here. Um, we have beautiful, pretty much almost floor to ceiling windows in both the bedroom and the living room. It's quite lovely. Um, but yeah, if you had two couples or whatever, you could have the adjoining rooms and the living area. There are TVs in both the living room and the bedrooms. It has ceiling fans, air conditioning, and there's a loud truck now. Um, that's quite comfortable. Bedroom. They also had a luggage rack that's normally kept in the armoire and tables. Um, some other kind of table. There's a step stool to get up into the bed. It's a very high bed. Uh, and I do have a video. I think it's a short I did on the room. The bed is quite comfortable. So what time is it, Chris?
12
12:11.
Yeah.
So we'll hang out for, I don't know, 4 more minutes.
Yeah.
And then we'll call it a night for Ghost Watch 2023. See, I have some ghosts in here. Do you believe in ghosts? That's right, Honor. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Honor, did you see the video I left you earlier? It is gorgeous, Honor. I need to get some detail of the inside tomorrow, especially the woodwork on the second floor. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I am a skeptic, Honor. It's a short video, Honor. So I left you a short video on her, maybe about an hour ago. Yeah, maybe it's a ghost in the room. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, this place is really, really fabulous. Oh, it was great, Hunter. We were at that winery downstairs. It's actually attached to the building as well. And we met this girl, Vanessa. She came in. Hey, Vanessa Kitty. I met another Vanessa tonight. I'm in Americus, Georgia on a kind of vacation. We're doing a ghost watch. So met this girl, Vanessa, and she said she was from Moultrie, Georgia. She was here waiting for her boyfriend to get off work who lived in Americus. And she had never, been to the town. So she was having a glass of wine and they were closing up. So we decided to go on up to Floyd's at Hunter's request since, he's stalking me. So he's already checked out the hotel. He knows all the bars here before I did. So, and I don't mind Hunter. Stalk away. I love you. But so I met Vanessa. She came up to Floyd's too because she was waiting, and the her boyfriend came. But I shared my dinner with her. Had some more drinks up at Floyd's, and she was just the sweetest thing. And then her boyfriend finally came, and so he's into gardening and planting and stuff like that. So we talked, and he's manages a group of the worst job in the world almost fiberglass installers. I've done that before. It's no fun. Um, and he also DJs on weekends, and he also likes gardening and growing stuff. So yeah, we didn't. I don't know. They were just a fun couple. So we kind of hung out with them for, gosh, almost. And else, I guess we hung out with her maybe 3 hours. So I have new friends in South Georgia now. Wow, Vanessa, that must have been gorgeous. Of course, most stuff down here was burnt. Yeah, it is, Hunter. He was from Honduras originally, and her mother was from Mexico. So, because he's always worked construction, his English wasn't too good. And then I think he said he only got to go to school like a couple of years here, and then he left to work uh, because he was. What do you say? He had to pay an attorney for get his immigration stuff together. So yeah, but they were a really cool couple. So our ghost hasn't come. Yeah, I've lived in a Victorian house in Orlando, but I'm not sure how old it was. But the architecture was definitely Victorian. It had a turret, kind of like this hotel does. Uh, and that's where the staircase was going to the second story. It was an old wood house, very close to downtown Orlando. Yes. So the guy, his name's Christian. He actually has a lot of followers on TikTok. She's not really into YouTube, but I encouraged her to start a YouTube. So hopefully I'll see her around, and I told her if she wants to start it, I'll do an interview with her and introduce her to everyone. And then he's doing TikTok. I told him he needs to do YouTube shorts. So hopefully he'll start doing those. And then I did get a guy at the bar to take a picture of the four of us. So he was really sweet. He seemed to be a regular. But everybody here is so nice. So nice. Chris is groaning over here. I think he's ready to go to sleep. I'm pretty beat too. We had a busy day. We went into Plains, and it was way busier than yesterday. A lot more press is coming in um, for, everybody's waiting for Jimmy Carter to die now. So there was a lot of press there today. And as soon as we got out of the car, I got asked to do an interview. I finished that interview and immediately got asked to do another interview. And then I was checking out the campaign headquarters, which was the train depot. And got asked to do yet another news interview. So I don't know if any of it will make the cut to any news broadcast. I don't know. It may end up as part of a montage of um, sentiments of President Carter. So we'll see. I mean, I'm just glad I put some makeup on today. Hunter, first you have to stay at my house. Then you can stay down here. I'm trying to get Kropka to come down here and do Macon, so we can do the Allman Brothers Museum, uh, and do the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, and all the other stuff down there. So, Vanessa, how you been doing lately? Kind of been busy. That's why I haven't been over to Old Humble's distillery. And I saw he was kind of taking a break too. He said he was MIA, and I asked him if he had been launching uh, weather balloons with his whiskey. Do you remember that, Vanessa? He was talking about wanting to do a space whiskey and charge a lot of money for it, and sending a keg up in a balloon. So he actually had that. Then he had the NASA engineer. So I don't know if he was trying to work with her to figure out how to get his whiskey into space, but I think that's his end game there. Oh gosh, he's a nut. Oh, old Humble's on live now. 1972 countdown of what? Disco songs or events? Because he normally does history. Oh, Mark. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, I know that isn't disco then. And I didn't mean to cut into Mark's time, but someone who believes in ghosts told me that there would be a ghost here, and I had to be in bed by midnight. And they go to bed very, very early, and they were supposed to set their alarm. I don't know if they're in the bushes watching, but um, Connor, I'm glad you got my notification too. I always like hanging out with you. I guess Vanessa's moved on, but yeah. So this person told me I had to be in bed by midnight, and I would get a sign. So I thought I'd just live stream it. See what happens. Last night I closed the door. Listen, Chris is snoring already. Last night I closed the door between the bedroom and um, the living room here in this suite, but tonight I've left it open. And what's funny is I have these plantation shutters in this room, um, and they're floor to ceiling. And I always thought they looked cool in a house, but now that I've been in this hotel room that has them, I would never have them. They cast light on the walls. But what is interesting is, from my view, I see these two big stripes about maybe 6 feet apart of where the light is coming through the shutters, uh, but you can't see them on camera. Um, right now, I have it pointed towards the bathroom. It's getting different reflection, and you can't see that at all. So I wonder if the ghost is blocking the streaks of light. I think my camera is just not showing it. I think it's too dark to pick it up. But anyway, I'm a skeptic when it comes to ghost stuff. How about you, Hunter? Are you a skeptic or do you believe in ghosts? He snored so loud. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Hunter, I'm not going to cut into Mark's time anymore. So, I am beat. It's been an amazing, what day? Friday? Well, we drove down to Albany Thursday. So Friday to Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's been a wild 3 days. I've not done a lot of videos. I've done a lot in 3 days. And then tomorrow, stay tuned, because did you know Lindbergh's first flight ever solo was done in Americus, Georgia? Why? I don't know. But I hope to find out tomorrow. And then, if you're a Civil War buff, um, we're going to go to Andersonville. Well, Andersonville was a POW camp for Union soldiers. And if you could imagine South Georgia during the Civil War as a POW, and this was especially towards the end of the war when food was scarce. It was hot. There was disease. Um, yeah. So basically, it was a death camp. So many soldiers died from starvation and disease. So we'll learn more about that tomorrow. Pretty depressing, but um, yeah. So I've never been to any big Civil War things here in Georgia, but I lived in Fredericksburg as a kid, and I would leave home. I was, gosh, Fredericksburg. I had to have been 4. I would just leave home and go play in the woods, like a block and a half from the house. And we would dig up bullets and we would dig up buttons um, and soldiers. I mean, they were just kind of dug, and you were likely to find something. It's crazy. And the craziest thing that I would do, there was a girl, her name is Vita. We called her Bossy Vita because she'd tell me what to do all the time. And she would, she had a thing about eating dirt, and she would like dig down layers. So you have different colors of dirt. And so she would make me sample the dirt. So gosh knows how much blood of Confederate and Union soldiers tasted. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she definitely earned her nickname. She was awful. Oh my god. Things I've done as a kid. Oh yeah, Hunter. That's that guy up in Pennsylvania, and he thinks that the FBI. He thinks he found like a ton of gold. I don't know how much, but a lot of gold. Um, it's kind of been a legend. I don't think it was ever a documented thing, and so um, he. What's the name? I think it's Deer's Run, Dunn's Run, something like that, Pennsylvania. And he, for some reason, he's a metal detectorist, and he had uh, he's got this shack, and he's got all of his finds and all the metal and cred he's ever found. But he says, for whatever reason, he contacted the FBI and told them that he had found where the gold was. I don't know why he would do that, but he did. And he's claiming that they came out, checked it out, and they said they never found anything. However, he believes that they did find the gold and that they took it all and didn't give him a reward. So he's trying to fight them on a FOIA request and get them to release whatever happened when they went out there. So, but I think it's a lost battle. Yeah, that's the thing. They're saying that there was no documentation of this uh, train, or I think it was supposed to be a train. There's no documentation of this loss. Like we know, like ships and cargoes and stuff like that that was lost for the most part. But there's no documentation of this train, and maybe there wasn't any to be had. Maybe it was just simply, um, and the government the government's knowledge, taking it to forge coins, I think it was. I don't know. I'm not sure that what it's meant for, but it seems highly unlikely, especially during the Civil War. Why would you risk moving money like that or gold? That would be a huge risk. Right? Right, Hunter? Finders keepers. I mean, melt that stuff down. I'm sure you could, like, he had a whole, like, workroom. If he'd wanted to, he could have probably um, made some kind of cast, like a nugget or something. I don't know, to make it look like it was found in the wild or something. Sell off little chunks at a time. I don't know. It's bizarre. But I would think that if they, these guys can lay claim to sunken treasure, that you could certainly lay claim to treasure on land. But I don't know. Maybe because it's property of the United States, that wouldn't be allowed. But either way, I think they would have thrown him a bone if they had found something. Oh, yeah, jewelry. Yeah, especially like in the age of hip hop, man. Can you imagine? You could be selling necklaces left and right. Well, Hunter, I'm beat. My back is killing me. I had to have Chris put some CBD salve on my back. So, Hunter, when are you coming down to Georgia? You gonna bring your fiddle? All right, Hunter. Yeah, we're headed home tomorrow. So it was good seeing you. I hope you're taking it easy. Oh, and are you getting hit with that blizzard? I heard something about a blizzard in the north. Um, we are going home tomorrow. So we're gonna hit the Lindbergh statue, and then we're gonna go to Andersonville prison. Oh, good. Good, good, good. You're retired. You don't need to be out there shoveling that snow. And when you come down here, Hunter, you got to bring me some collagen and some stuffed cabbage, some of the good stuff. I can only get it at a Russian bakery here. Well, Russian, Romanian, Ukrainian. I don't know. It's a little bit of everything, but they do okay. They do okay. I'm lucky to be able to get that. Yeah, yeah, that's why he doesn't dance much. I'm the dancer in the family. So, but then again, I also wear the tool belt in the family. So, oh gosh, that was such a mess. So, Uh, he'd do better dancing with a chair than me. He's cute though. Anyway, Hunter, you have a good night. Thanks for coming by. And those of you in the bushes, I appreciate you coming by. We're going to close it down. Our midnight ghost is late. uh, but maybe another day. We shall see. Uh, and if there are any ghosts that show up, I'll be sure to report it to you tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming by. I really do appreciate it. Okay, now I gotta fix. Oh gosh. All right, this is it. Good night, folks. Love y'all.